Hey, so it's been a really busy week, and instead of not putting a video out at all, I thought, and I can't do like a research video or a scripted video or an addiction video. I don't have the time this week. I've been having all sorts of things, just wrenches thrown in my my week. Like my computer crashed. Every day is an adjustment with Nico being home from school. I'm glad to have him here, but every day is an adjustment because just trying to work full time and take care of everything at the house full time and then have him with me all the time, it can be overwhelming. And then my sales came to a screeching halt right around the time that my computer crashed, so it's been a little rough, but I thought, why don't I just take you along with me the next few days? It's kind of a leftover sort of time. I've started a lot of projects, I need to finish them, and so it'll be a good time for me to show you some befores and afters and just kind of catch up and hang out. So just be very casual this week. Alright, first things first, let's mow the lawn. I'm kidding. Let's go ahead and hang up something in my office that I got from IKEA that I want to use it to hang up backgrounds really easily. I think it's called a curtain hanger or something, but this is what it looks like, and then I grab these hooks to go with it. Of course, my husband is going to help me get it up because he does the drilling, the measuring, any accuracy, and I basically just say where I'm going to have it and help him hold and grab things. So this is what it looks like before, and this is right where I'm going to hang it, because this is where I usually take pictures for Poshmark and eBay. He reluctantly agrees to be on the video. So while he's doing all that, I'm going to get the vacuum ready because he usually has me hold the vacuum right beneath wherever he drills, so that way it just keeps the dust to a minimum, especially in spaces like my office where there's just so much stuff. I really don't want to get dust all over it if possible, so that's what we're doing here. There we go. Alright, so tell me when to start.
Just start.
Okay.
Here, hold it like that.
Is that going to be a hero? Oh my god!
Alright, so hold it right there. Here.
What? There's no wood?
Nope. Alright, well that one we'll just have to use a thing for it. Oh, that's the cornbread.
Oh my god.
I set it for the short time. It might need 5 more minutes.
I thought this was funny because I kept the camera rolling and he didn't know. And he shows that he pretty much doesn't need my help at all. He was like, yeah, it's easier with you helping, but yeah, I can pretty much do it on my own. He pretty much just does the whole thing while I'm doing the cornbread. So yeah. Apparently I'm just supposed to hang out and keep him company and do things like vacuum up the curtains because I'm just clumsy as hell. So this is what it looks like up. In a little bit I'll attach some fabric and I'll show you. But the idea is so I can switch out my backgrounds as needed for photos. Now, I did clean the office if you want to see. Okay, I actually did not clean the office, but it's no worse than last time you saw it. But yeah, there's a lot going on in here, so it's a work in progress. It's very overwhelming, very overwhelming. Okay. You're making me nervous. Okay. You're judging me. I can feel you judging me from back there. Okay, I will be working on this next week and the week after and the week after and the week after. And sooner than later, I will have some good progress. Didn't happen this week though. The camera spooks Bella easily. Right here is where we're gonna hang up the mirror. I'm not a home interior decorator type channel, so you will see the little clutter there on the table in my dry erase board. But this is how the mirror is up. I really like it. Look at my ironing board in the background, my steamer. So I just love the shape of this mirror. The fact that it was only $10 at the Rehome store. I mean, absolutely love the Habitat Rehome store. I can't say enough good things about it. I may at some point paint the frame, but at the same time, it's almost like complimentary to the little table. And so I'm just gonna leave it and decide later what I wanna do. And I probably need to take this down because I started it and then I didn't keep up with it. So it just makes me feel guilty. Okay, so if you can see over on that chair, I cut out another hat and then, where'd the other one go? Might be over here. So I'm going to try to sew 2 more rain hats, but they're not going well and I have to admit defeat at a certain point. So if those 2 also don't go well, what I'm doing is already pulling this vinyl vintage fabric for somebody else to use. I will just post it online because clearly I don't think I was meant to make rain bonnet hats in the throwback style, but I am holding on to some of the vinyl because I want to make myself little waterproof bags for the spring and summer. So that'll be a project for another day. Okay, so working with vinyl is a whole nother beast. I only get 1 shot because you can't unpick it because it literally leaves holes in the, essentially in the plastic or vinyl as they say. I had to put gift wrap on the bottom of my sewing bit so it wouldn't stick, but then the bottom was sticking because it's plastic. So now I have to put the tissue paper there. I can't back stitch. I have to hand tie all of the stitches at the end. So yeah, this is a little more trouble than I intended. But here, let me show you the Pinterest inspiration for this idea. And I have all vintage vinyl that I'm working with. I'm trying to repurpose it. I'll show you a few others here in a second. Let's see if I can get this stitched down. It's very slippery too. I'll show it to you when I turn it inside out. Definitely not a sewing tutorial channel. I can picture this like actual sewing channels watching this like in horror of all my makeshift solutions here. So now I just have to pull this tissue off. And then I have to tie all these closed. Now I will not keep you here as I tie all these one by one. I will show you once I'm done here what it looks like. And this is only my second one that I've tried to make. I'll show you the first one. It's like I'm trying to figure out, one, how to get the shape to cover someone's head for the rain, but also to have this like very old school look, like the, what do they call that? Like a throwback. So inspired from a previous generation, but then made today, made modern. It's like, how do, that's the thing. Like, I have a hard time describing what I do because I work with almost entirely vintage fabrics and supplies. Okay, but then I'm making it, like I'm upcycling it, repurposing it, whatever you want to call it, in 2024, so that's modern. But then I'm often doing vintage styles, so it's like made with vintage. So to be retro, throwback style from repurposed vintage, but new. That's confusing, right? Marketing's not my forte. Here's another type. I don't know if I want to try to make something else with it. I've got more of it here, or if I want to put these in my online store too. And then the clear back there, I'm going to use that to package up stamps. And I also think I'm going to try to make luggage tags, and that can be the little clear part. All right, so these hats, these rain bonnets, I showed you the inspiration. They are not coming out at all looking like that, and I'm not enjoying sewing with vinyl at all. So I'll show you what I've done with the hats. They're not gonna be hats. Yeah, they did not work out. This is the first one I did. I struggled to find a way to attach it once I like sewed it. I liked the idea of doing the scalloped detail. This was one I considered selling, but then I decided it wasn't like what I wanted it to be, as you can see. So you have to tie this very tightly around your neck to get it to stay on. So I needed like those, what do you call? Like where you push the button and then tighten it. That's the only way this would stay on. So this is what it looks like. I don't know what to say. I have no words. So the first one I was like disappointed with, but the fabric, it wasn't like my absolute favorite one. So I was okay with messing that one up. This one I wanted to turn out good so bad. So I love this effect of putting the clear on the back and then that on the front, so it almost looks like it's crochet, but then it's waterproof, which I love. So there's things about it that I love, but then everything else I hate. Like I hate how it looks. And granted, this is supposed to sit back, and then, but it doesn't have the same like cool, chic sort of angular thing from the inspo. It's just, and then what's this? Like I like that there's a flower on the top. I did that on purpose. So it's just, it's disappointing. It's disappointing when you have an idea in your head and you can't get the item to turn out like that. And then I've wasted the materials, and whenever I only have a certain amount of the materials, it's more disappointing. And so yeah, that didn't work out, but I could just keep on messing with them, but I just don't think they're getting any better. If you have any ideas, if I can salvage these, let me know. So while it does suck when something doesn't work out, I've started sorting all of the stuff in my head into sections, categories. So like, here's 3 examples. We've got YouTube, we've got business plans, we have DIY ideas, and I have all of these others that I haven't tried yet. It just reminds me that, yeah, that didn't work, but I have all these other ideas and concepts I want to try. So it keeps me sort of moving, and it keeps me excited about doing something different. So I sort of will just sort through and decide what I want to try next. And the more things I fail at, just keeping it in the perspective of, the more things I fail at, just keeping that in the perspective of, it's getting me closer to the thing that I will excel at and the thing that will work. So I'll probably pull a few plans for the next week. I do try to do at least 2 new projects every week, and if I end up liking one, I'll do many different variations of it, test it out in the market, and then depending how the market responds, I measure it on a product by product basis, I guess you could say. Some of them I really enjoy, but they don't work out. They're not well received by the market. I accept the loss and I move on. I can always try again later, but I think it's most important that I just focus on moving forward, not dwelling on, yeah, I ruined that fabric. I was so excited about it, but at the same time, there's always more fabric, there's more opportunity. All right, let me show you a fun one. If there's anybody else out there that likes Russian nesting dolls like I do, look at this fabric I got. I'm putting half of it online and then I'll keep the other half. I think I want to make bookmarks or luggage tags with these, cut them out and make them into kind of like little patches, because there's a ton of them. I love that. We've slowly been switching out the lights for lights that we like. The person before lived here had, even though this is a 60s house, they tried to turn it into a farmhouse style, which as a base, like the neutral colors are fine, but as that's just not our vibe, so we're slowly adding in like industrial and minimal type elements. I like a lot of natural textures too, and lots of wood. I love wood grain and playing off the natural wood floors. So we're going to do the kitchen light today, Nico's bathroom light, and I think I'm going to do the mailbox. This is the only before I can find of the bathroom, but this light broke, so it's perfect time to replace it anyway, we figured. And here's the new one that we're going to put up. Well, my husband's pretty much going to put it up on his own. All right, he's back at it. Not a lot to say about this one, pretty straightforward. And we put in the bright light since it's going to be in the bathroom. I really like how it came out. I wasn't sure if I filmed an after or not. This is what they look like up. I really like it. You can nitpick and see there's a little bit of, you know, paint that didn't get covered. It wasn't a perfect cover up, but that doesn't bother me at all. Not enough to go match the paint and do the whole thing. Also, Walmart had quite a few lights that I liked. I was actually surprised. This one came off Walmart. All right, now in the kitchen, we're going to replace this boob light.
Let's get ready.
Yeah.
The basement. Oh. All right, so yeah, it's both lights. All right.
So what's step one? Obviously getting that turned off, but then what?
Now we take this light down.
Okay, so he did need our help on this one a bit. We all three worked together, but there were large chunks where me and Nico were just the audience. I wanted a light that was like really high up against the ceiling and that would give a lot more, would make the kitchen a lot brighter, because the light before was really dim and then the one in the window is really dim. And then this light is cool also because it has the ability to go from, you can set the brightness pretty much. So in the night we can have it darker.
That works. Alright, now, light brown. I'm going to have to pull a little more wire off of these.
So you got these
Now let's turn it on.
You're supposed to have 3
Oh my god, it's like way brighter than I thought it would be.
Wow.
Everybody vote, do you think it's better or worse? This is so much better. Now our kitchen's actually lit up.
Way better. I'm taller than both of you.
Good pick.
I like it.
I like it. Alright, I just grabbed a piece of fabric off my rack. It's not ironed, or it's not steamed, but see, this is how I'm able to hang it up. Very quick and easy to create a different background for pictures, videos, whatever. So that'll be fun to mess around with. Oh, let me show you the shorts. I'll just put those on and show you how they turned out. Thrifted a few pairs of capris, cut them into shorts, and now this is what they look like. Okay, so these were capris, thrifted capris, but then they had a stain on the stripe. So then I made this sort of like patchwork design on each stripe. And you can see this side turned out straight. This side a little wonky, but they're just casual everyday shorts. So I'm gonna leave them versus try to redo them and possibly get frustrated and ruin them. I like them. I'm keeping them. So that's a really easy way. If the waist fits you and you like the fit, I wanted kind of a baggy short. Super easy. Just hem them to the length you want. And normally you wouldn't have to do this, but if you want to do this, this is a really fun way to add detail. So I just kind of patched together the design, then just stitched it down here, folded it under, and let me show you the other pair. So these are the same. They were capris. I cut them into shorts. These are pretty much like hiking pants, so they're that kind of swishy material. Then I added just a little yin yang and a little yin yang, and I like that because it just adds a little bit of my personality onto the shorts, but they're a lot more neutral than the other ones, so I'll get a lot more wear out of these. Plus I go on a lot of nature walks in the spring and summer and fall, so yeah, I'm really excited that these came out. The hardest thing for me is just getting them to be even. It took me like a year to be able to get my hems even. I don't know why that was so hard for me, but I'm really glad I'm finally able to do that. I guess I just needed to be a little more tedious with measuring, and yeah, so super affordable way to turn capris into shorts. Save a lot of money because a lot of shorts, for whatever reason, the styles I like are like $50 and up. So I've just started taking on every season, making a few that I really like, and every season my tastes will change probably, so it's nice to have a few like more neutral like this, and then the more wild ones like the one before, I may grow out of those, and so it's just a really affordable way to mess around and 100% sustainable. Okay, so I'm off the no buy because that's how I guess different things about minimalism are, is I try it out, see how it goes, and the no buy was not working for me because there was too many times where I wanted to get something and I was overthinking it. Am I replacing it? Am I just replacing stuff for an excuse to shop? Or I actually have to go get something like thrift it for Nico or whatever for the next season, and then while I'm there, I see things that I can sell and I don't want to leave them. And I also want to have something to look forward to every week. And I also don't want to just be selling like my stuff that I don't want or my excess. I want to have exciting, fresh inventory for my shop. So all that being said, I got this from, I'm on a low buy. I'm back on a low buy, all that to say. I paid $35 and I got myself a bunch of workout leggings because like this style where it's like fitted is out of style technically right now. So it's a great time to stock up if you like that style, which I do. So I decided to grab a bunch of leggings. I don't know if you can see, this has got like a kind of like a marbled effect, which is cool. Kind of like a swirl effect. Gap fit. It's one of the best brands I find for leggings that just hold up really well over time. These were a fun score because I think online people couldn't tell it had this subtle leopard print. So I grabbed these. They're all just leggings, so I'll just show you the brand or the style. Those are Gap Fit too. This is a Nordstrom brand. So yes, these are like brand new. These are not gonna be for working out. These are just gonna be for the fall, winter, like comfort. And this is also just this is like a sweat pant, but it's a flare leg, and it's this brand, Nordstrom, I think Nordstrom. And it's like a flare leg. I feel like this one has a little bit of wash wear, but the others all look good so far. I may send that one back, but I will probably just keep it. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one more is coming in the mail. But yeah, 6 pairs for $35. Not bad. This. And this is just a black. Ooh, that's the thing I don't like about ThreadUp. So I didn't know that it had this like stripe down the side. So these may be going back too. I don't really like side stripes. I'll try them on though, and then I'll decide. I'm gonna switch out the mailbox. I'm going to kind of distress this one that I thrifted. Let me show you what it looks like. So here's the mailbox that came with the house. I do like it, and this is the one I thrifted. It just has an eagle on the front, which I like better. And I like that little scallop detail, so I want to just make it look more rugged, and I want to bring out that scallop detailing, just highlight it a bit with like metallic, silvers, whatever paint I have on hand. I'm going to sort of mix them up in neutral colors. And I've never done this before, so I just kind of learn as I go, and then any mistakes, I just work it into the design. It's subtle, yet I love the eagle because I always think of military when I think of eagles, and my husband's a veteran, and then I like the distressed look. We love black and silver, so it just feels more like us. And I thrifted this for only $5. The paint I already had. Okay, I think I'll end it there for today. So let me know if you want me to do more of these just hangout type videos. I considered doing like art videos too, like maybe I have the camera facing down and I'm like drawing or making something. I feel like it would only be drawing or like doing a digital design, and I'm just sort of like talking to you throughout, or doing a how-to if you're interested in like graphic design or anything like that. I like the idea of doing more kind of like mellow, unplanned videos, but then at the same time, I'm all over the place on any given day, so they might not be the most enjoyable for you. So let me know. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are, and I'll see you later.